What is up, everybody? Got to 4 more hours. Let's go. Also, Mary Beth in the chat is a menace. She says go Bears. She might be the only one in here that says go Bears today. I respect it, though. I refuse to say that because I don't want to be attacked. And I also don't care about the Bears. But I love it. I love the energy. What's up, Tim? What's up, Lisa? Padre had a rough outing today in football. The Bengals fell just an inch short today. Got me get my first quarter scoreboard up here. This game's gonna kick off any minute now. I tried to get in here early enough that we didn't miss it because one of the last games I did. But we're here. We're ready. I'm just trying to get a scoreboard up and ready. I know I got it, but I don't like that guy anymore. I know, but it's just funny hearing you say "Go Bears." I don't know why. That's hilarious. Oh, Tim's gonna join the rally and say "Go Bears." I don't know where all our Packers fans are. I know Dave has Packer game rituals, so he told me he was not going to be here. He might probably pop in and say something, but or they're hanging out with Grossi, which I do not blame them because most of them actually came from Grossi, and so I'm feeling for Grossi today. Hopefully everything goes. Bears already won. I knew he was going to come in and say something. Bears have not already won. We've got Sunday Night Football at Lambeau. Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers are hosting the Chicago Bears. Aaron Rodgers has already stated that he owns the Chicago Bears, and so it seems a little bit unfair that he owns a team and gets to play against them as well. Raiders still suck at him. Can suck a D, straight washed up. The place is packed, and Cookie Monster couldn't get in. Oh man, it's gonna be a good game. It might be weird, but we're here for it. We're ready to party. It's Sunday Night Football. Go Green Bay Bay. What's up, Ben? Hope everyone's doing very well tonight. It's been a crazy week, too. I'm so thankful the Chiefs got the win against the Chargers on Thursday, and I got to have a relatively stress-free football Sunday. 12 yards. Man got 12 whole yards. I didn't realize it was that little of a number. The ending of that game was crazy. You know, the Cardinals suck. We know that. I really thought the Raiders would win. The Raiders, in my opinion, are the better team, but they got that scoop and score. I don't even have words for that. That was I don't know. And then the Bengals Cowboys game. That was weird. You had the Dolphins with the miraculous fourth quarter comeback. Nobody saw that coming, man. They pulled it out of nowhere. You see the meme I sent you. Let me check. I'm just happy I didn't have to wake up at 4 a.m. to watch live. What time is it where you are now, Ben, for a later game? I'm looking at the meme you sent me now. The Ravens after blowing a fourth quarter lead. That's actually beautiful. I almost put a green shirt on today for you guys because I know most of you are Packers fans. 1 p.m. about 9:45 a.m. Okay. That's not horrible. I mean, I don't know what time you wake up on average outside of football, but 9:45 is not too bad. When we have the international games, if I choose to watch them, that's usually at I feel like that's at 9 a.m. here when our first normal game of the week is at 1 p.m. So that makes sense. I didn't know the exact time difference from where you are to where I am. How are the Chicago Bears 1-0, man? That's crazy. And then Trey Lance is going to be out for the season with a broken ankle. So Jimmy G is back in the saddle, making that nice backup quarterback money to play all season now. This is the first time I've started early, and I feel like the game actually is starting after when they said it would. Normally, I start 5 minutes before the game's supposed to start, and it's already started. They got all their phones lit up at Lambeau Field. Makes me feel like I'm about to watch a concert. Wow, those New York Giants 2-0. Let's not talk about this Bengals. Dude, the Giants, I kind of had a suspicion they'd beat the Panthers because the Panthers are not clicking. And Baker played well below average. Dang, that is so early. I mean, if I lived across the country, I would get up that early every day too, just to watch them. So it looks like the Packers are going to receive first, and the kickoff is up, and it's going to be a touchback. Yeah, that's so early in the morning, but I understand. Football is amazing. Cancel the season and the pain. I'm sorry, Nathan, man. I was thinking of you. I knew you were only in the chat a little bit at the end, but that's rough. It looks like the Packers got Alan Lazard back today. Wait, is John Runyon his actual name? Like, or did they just... I think that's his real name. So 1st and 10 from the 25. He tosses it to Aaron Jones, and he gets about a 3-yard gain. I'm looking for this run game in Green Bay to be a lot better, and there's going to be a flag. First play of the game. I've had enough of seeing flags today as a whole. 8 seconds in the game. Okay, it's going to be an illegal block on the defense. Illegal low block. So that's a free first down. Flag already? That's what I'm saying. I mean, game just started. Refs flag. It's been all day, I feel like. All right, so now 1st and 10 from the 43. They got a guy in motion, and they hand it back off to Aaron Jones again. He gets about the same 3 to 4 yard carry brought down, so we'll be on second and 6. No, they said he got 5, so 2nd and 5. And then the 2-hand touch rules. No. Okay, it is going to be 2nd and 6. These guys don't know what they're talking about. They said 5. All right, first and 10 now, or 2nd and 6. I'm just making things up now. 2nd and 6. They fake the handoff to Jones. He loads up and hits Sammy Watkins in the middle for a first down. My KC boy, what up? What's up on a weird football Sunday? Oh, yeah, it's definitely been strange. Please, robot refs. I thought you all didn't get flag happy till the 4th of July. This country doesn't know what's going on right now. In this sport, this everything. I didn't know what number he was wearing. He's wore 14 on all of his other teams. Don't yell at me. First and 10, they hand it off to A.J. Dillon. I know that guy. For a short gain. Why are you always yelling at me? An underdog's kind of day. Yeah, no kidding. The only two underdogs that didn't pull through for me, the Falcons and the Texans. Those are the two I wanted to. 14's your number. Hell yeah. All right, 2nd and 7. They're in Bears territory. It's a pain day. It is. Rodgers stands in. He lobs it up to nobody. I think he was supposed to run the route down the sideline, but he didn't. Falcons did come close, and the Texans, the Broncos got a touchdown right there towards the end, and that was what sealed that game. But they had the lead most of the game, so those were the two underdogs I was actually heavily pulling for. All caps are microaggression puppy. What's up, TJ? Thanks for joining us. 3rd and 7. And he hits Allen Lazard for a first down. Came raging back from for 31-7. Yeah, I thought that game was actually just going to be a blowout, and I was pleasantly surprised watching them come back. Lizard boy. Can Casey face the Cards again just so I can have the joy of seeing Kyler cry again? That's okay. We get the Colts next week, and that's going to be an interesting game. I already know. It's going to make me mad, too. I feel it in my soul. 1st and 10, he tosses it backwards to A.J. Dillon. He makes it to the line of scrimmage, but not too much more. Packers wide receivers are scrubs. I need to see Rodgers go bonkers tonight. I think it's definitely possible, especially if we compare anything to last season. I know their receiving core looks a little bit different, obviously with the loss of Adams, but a few new additions. I don't know. Anything can happen, though. Depends on the type of ref you get for the game. That's true. Jameis Winston is not the worst. He just has 4 fractures in his back, and I don't even think he should have played at all, but, he did. 2nd and 8, he hands it off to Dillon again, and it's going to be a loss of a couple. Yeah, they lost MVS also, and, that's their speed. They have Adams for their go-to guy. All they got left, is Randall Cobb and Allen Lazard. And Tunyon. And was Mercedes Lewis, is that one of your tight ends? Yeah, we have MVS now. You're bad when Joe Flacco gets 4 touchdowns on you. The Browns will be the Browns. See, I think Tunyon is really solid. All right, so 3rd and 10 now. Rodgers backpedaling, and there's a flag. So, oh, wait. Now it says there's a timeout. Okay, so they got a timeout ahead of the flag. Just be gentle come week 5. I'll be good and say anything you want. Man, look, the Colts should be the least of my worries, but for some reason, it's in the back of my mind. What's up, Mandy? Timeout already. I know it. We've only been 5 minutes in. The Bengals are sorry. That offensive line is sorry, man. They were supposed to get better. Joe Burrow's going to set his own sack record from last year. He's going to surpass that if they don't do anything. The Colts are hot garbage, but, good teams playing against bad teams. Look what happened today. I mean, a lot of upsets. Still makes me nervous for no reason. I feel like they should steamroll him. 3rd and 10, Rodgers looks. He doesn't like what he sees. He takes off running left, and he tosses it over to Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is calling for a face mask, but he catches it, and it fumbles out of bounds because he knocks it loose. and that's going to be a first down. Saints versus Bucks, that brawl made me laugh because Tom Brady's a wuss. And no offense, Craig, because I know you're a Patriots fan, which means you're a Brady fan, but he started a fight and backed out of it. All right, 1st and 10, there's going to be another flag. Oh, my. I'm going to say those words a lot tonight. I can't tell who's any good in the North. I can't tell who's good anywhere anymore. The Dolphins quarterback wasn't sorry after he threw 6 touchdowns in a game again. Yeah, because, that was like the largest fourth quarter comeback in Dolphins history. I don't know. I know, Craig. I know. So it's going to be 1st and 15 after a false start. I know he's an old guy, and his wife's watching. I'm really surprised Giselle didn't come down there, grab him by the ear, and tell him he's done with football. What's up, Johnny Small Pepper? Thank you so much, my guy. So 1st and 10, it was an incomplete pass. Very quick pass. And that was to the rookie Romeo. Romeo, is it Doubs? Dubes? I don't really know. But anyway, I get that. But don't start fights that you don't want to be in the middle of anyway. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a game today. I don't think Tua's for real, but Tyreek Hill and Waddle, if he can continue to get the ball to him, smoking dubs. Okay. 2nd and 15. Rodgers loads down the sideline, throws it up to Allen Lazard, and the pass is broken up by number 6. I don't really know more than like 5 Bears players, so Kyler Gordon. I do not know him. Yeah, I don't know. Tua's got to make it to the playoffs, I guess, for me to count him in. Can't be throwing fists in front of the kids. It was a nice pass. He got it up to where Lazard could reach it, and Gordon just got his hands up in there. 3rd and 15 now from the Bears 18. Jones was open on that play. Rodgers stands alone in the backfield. He's got so much time. Now the pressure's coming, and he gets brought down for about a loss of 4. Field goal unit's probably going to come out here. I don't see why they would try to go for that. Over or under how hammered will I have to be for next week? Who you got next week? Dolphins or Bills going to be sickening in the way they're both playing. Hey, Craig, the Jets are on a comeback. They won with Joe Flacco today. Against a good Browns defense. Offense, not so much. Defense is still pretty good. All right, Mason Crosby on for the field goal attempt. It's going to be a 40-yard attempt. Kick is up, and Green Bay scores the first points today. It's going to be a 3-0 lead. They took up half the quarter with that, and I feel like I don't know how any time passed with as many penalties as there were. Colts are so bad I want to vomit. Man. Colts, I just can't help but laugh at this point. The Jets haven't left Airfield. I'm not giving anybody credit for beating the Browns. Listen, that is totally understandable, but I just have a lot of respect for Zach Wilson, and they're getting better, so when he comes back, they can build together as a team. I don't like the Jets, man. So I don't care either way, but I'm going to root for them. Bears did used to have a good defense. Titans. What about the Titans, Nathan? Wide open down the middle to focus A-Rod. You got to stop taking them perks before the game, man. I was going to win $200 if the Commanders had won. I really thought they were going to win that game. Like, I've got a lot of faith in Detroit this year because of that coach, and their offense looks incredible, and, their defense is getting better. All of, everything, they're getting better. They're finally, improving as a unit. But I really thought Washington was going to win that game, and so that was a good win for Detroit. They draft a quarterback, and then they break him. Well, we all know that is true. Bills are the best. They looked good. let's see how they fare against the Titans. I know it's just the Titans, but I've got the Titans for an upset, and the way this week's trending, I might be on to something. This Bears offense got to do better in this game. This Bears offense has got, to be fair, Justin Fields has little to nothing in terms of offensive weapons other than, like David Montgomery in the run game. So, they didn't really set Justin Fields up for much. Bring back Cam Newton. 49ers will sign him. 49ers got Jimmy G, though. And Jimmy G looked good today. I feel like, I heard rumors about Cam Newton to Dallas. I don't see Cam Newton getting another job, honestly. And not that I don't like him. And, he was great his MVP season. But, a lot of guys have decent backups. And, there's a lot of guys still floating in the league looking for jobs. So I just think they're going to take a younger guy over Cam Newton at this point. All right, kickoff's up, and he does return it. He crosses the 25 and almost down to the 30 at about the 29 where he's brought down, and that's where Justin Fields and his offense will start. So they got David Montgomery, Darnell Mooney, which he's not bad. Equanimeous St. Brown. Wasn't he a Packer last year? Byron Pringle, Cole Kmet. It's okay, but, it's not what you want to surround your young, franchise quarterback around. Pick six, here we come. All right, from the 29, looks like they got Montgomery in the backfield. I don't even know who their backup running back is. And they hand it off to him to start, and he gets about 3 or 4 yards before he's brought down. I think Mitchell Trubisky is the worst QB ever. I don't think that's true. Him playing for Chicago made him look bad, but they went to the playoffs twice with Mitch Trubisky. And Mitch Trubisky is better than Mason Rudolph, and Mike Tomlin is smart for keeping Kenny Pickett on the bench for a while and letting him develop first. Where's Tim Tebow? Last I heard, he was trying to play tight end for Jacksonville, and then he got cut. Mahomes' worst QB ever. I can't stand you. All right, 2nd and 6. They run it up in the middle and get the first down. He keeps moving. That was David Montgomery. The Bears could have had Mahomes. I feel like Tebow's done a little bit of everything at this point. I think, is Tebow doing College Game Day, the pregame show? I feel like that's what he's doing. Puppet, those are fighting words. Puppet's been trying me the last couple weeks. 1st and 10 from the 45. I don't really know what happened on this play, but Justin Fields wrapped up around the line of scrimmage. I don't know where he was going with it. Oh, he mishandled the snap. It was just a botched play from the beginning. He just went straight to the ground. So that's a free down for the Packers defense. For anybody that'll be here tomorrow night, I'm going to be running the Vikings and Eagles game, but my dad is going to probably be trying to run the Titans and Bills game. They'll overlap, but we should be in here. All right, 6:24 left in the first, and the Bears are going to burn their first time out. I think those will be 2 good matchups. I know the Titans are a 10-point dog, and then the other game, it's a 1-point favorite to the Eagles, I believe, because they're the home team. So it's like a tale of 2 games, but I feel like both of them will be pretty decent. So we'll be in here tomorrow night for that. Nobody wants to play for the Bears. I mean, at this point, maybe, back in the day, but now there's just nothing desirable about it. And I don't know how I feel about what's his name, Eberflus, the DC that from Indy that came over to be the head coach or whoever it was. It's a hard. Like, people would rather play for the Lions now than the Bears, and that just really says something. At least this is way better than the Emmy Awards. I mean, I would take any football game over most award shows just because it's not my cup of tea. But uh, we did sit through some bad ones last year, like that Cowboys and Washington game where it got so bad that the Washington defense was fighting each other on the sideline because they were losing by like 40 points. Yeah, that was pretty bad. And, we made it through all 4 quarters somehow when that game was over after the first snap. So, we have bad days. But today's going to be a good day. We're going to see points being scored, defense being played, and Aaron Rodgers getting his head out of his butt. So, it's going to be – the Packers are going to have a sign of hope again. Besides, Joey's an old school man who loves old school sports broadcasts. I mean, I love all kinds of stuff like that, so I totally get it. Tim said, "Come on, Bears." This is the first stream I've ever ran that anybody in the chat said, "Come on, Bears," and I've seen it by multiple people today, and we've only been live for 27 minutes. So I don't even know how to react to that because I am just not used to it. All right, so looks like we're coming back from commercial break. Both teams have used one of their 2 timeouts. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 45 for Chicago. 6:24 left in the first quarter, and then he hands it off to Montgomery, but it's a flea flicker. He gets it back, tosses it. It looks like it was St. Brown who he hit down on the left side, wide open for a big first down. The Bears haven't been the same since Ditka. That's a probably fair statement. It doesn't help that they just keep losing the star players they have, like, on their defense and everything. Like, every year, one of them get traded out. The Packers don't suck. Yeah, they're playing 2 divisional games in a row. That just sucks in general. All right, 1st and 10. They hit Montgomery again, and he runs it up for another first down. I'd rather get COVID again than see the Bears win. I wouldn't. That was a rough time for me, so I can't say the same, but, as a Packers fan, I understand what you're saying. Coming from a Packers fan, I guess I should say. They get it to Montgomery again, who's going to be most of their offense all season. Like, if you're a Bears fan, you just hope that the Bears don't lose Montgomery. 2 weeks off paid. See, where I work now, you just get the time off. No pay. So it doesn't benefit me in any way other than not having to go to work. The Vikings are going to smoke the Bears twice. I don't know. I want to agree with you, but I don't know. 2nd and 1 now. Fields is rolling out right, and he dives into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Bears take the lead early in the game. 4:37 left in the first quarter. And now they're going to come on to kick their extra point. Was it Santos is their kicker? Cairo Santos? Yep, it is Santos. I was trying to remember because I didn't watch the Bears last week. Or at least I didn't watch their kicker any at all. Kick is up and it is good. 7-3, Chicago leads. And Justin Fields is trying to do everything he can to beat the Packers once in his career. And that's the game, GG's. You're so dramatic. Cooper Kupp's the only reliable fantasy player to trust, not Adams or Chase. If Justin Jefferson is a man of his word, then Jefferson is definitely going to be that guy. You know, I have Jefferson and Waddle on one of my teams, and both of them, well, Jefferson hasn't played this week, but last week, both of them shined. This week, Waddle shined, and I get Jefferson tomorrow. So, I mean, right now they're proving to be fairly reliable. But good. Maybe if the Packers are losing again, Rodgers will have to throw this week. We just saw echoes of Jim McMahon there. Derrick Henry needs to request a trade. Jefferson will make you some Jacksons. Like I know all you Packers fans don't like the Vikings, and I'm not an NFC person in general, so like I can say I don't like the Vikings and be okay with that. But Justin Jefferson is definitely more valuable in fantasy than Jamar Chase. Cooper Kupp, I would agree, is very reliable because that's, Matthew Stafford, and even back when it was still Jared Goff's go-to guy. Jamar Chase, they've got so many good options on their team. Like, he is their number one, but, T. Higgins could be their number one this week, and Tyler Boyd could be their number one next week. It's just like I almost see no point in drafting a Chiefs wide receiver this year because they've got so many options. Should I take A.J. Brown tomorrow or Dalvin Cook? Well, who are your other running backs / wide receivers? Like, how much help are you going to need in, like, getting more points? You can't say you don't like the Vikings, but everybody can say they don't like Cousins. I mean, I don't really care about the Vikings, so, like, if I had to pick some NFC teams to root for, like, I don't think the Vikings would be the first 5 I listed. So, but I don't like Kirk Cousins. He's consistent though, and I wouldn't say consistent. He can consistently put up like X a number of yards, but he can't consistently win you a football game. Can Darius Slay shut down Jefferson? I think it's possible. I think he's going to struggle a little bit more this week than he did last week. But I still think he's going to get yards and he's going to do stuff. If you trade for tofu to the Vikings willingly, I hate you. Jefferson is too tall to be shut down. Yeah, see, he's not going to get shut down. I think slowed down maybe, but not shut down. Also, the kickoff was up, and it's going to be a touchdown. Or touchback. So, Packers will start at the 25. He's got Dillon in the backfield with him and Aaron Jones in motion. He hands it off to Dillon, who powers through for 6. The Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame is one great place to go. I can't read between the lines. My brain shut down trying to read that. Yeah, I'm lost. The kickoff will touch back down. 2nd and 4 now. They hand it off to Dillon, and he gets the first down. Arizona game was nuts. All I got is I like tofu. Yeah, that's kind of where I was at with that. I don't know. We're under 4 minutes in the first. Packers have a 1st and 10 now. Man, not seeing Matt Nagy on the sideline for them is kind of strange. I will trade you tofu. Let me go back to it and read it again. 1st and 10. Rodgers looks, throws, and can't connect with. Looks like I didn't see who that was. That was A.J. Dillon was the intended target. If you trade to go to, okay, I didn't see the go part, and yes, that's fair. And you're talking about Zadarius Smith. I just kept reading tofu, and you said read between the lines, and I was like, is there some message that I'm missing? All right, 2nd and 10 now. Rodgers stands in. He's got time. He rolls left. Now he takes off running right. He's going to keep it, and he gets a good chunk of yards, but there is a flag. Sad pizza time. Man, it sucks eating pizza sad, but at least it's pizza. What's up, Pepper? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. I feel for you, Nathan. It's going to be a legal contact on the defense. So that's going to be another first down for the Packers. Okay. So the person that called it on, I didn't see it, but I saw like another one. NFL Slime Time is back, so expect some SpongeBob sightings. Oh, yeah. That was so funny last year, man. 1st and 10. It looks like they got it to one of their rookies, and he reaches. He might get the first down. He extended his arm. Yeah, that was Watson. I think his name's Christian Watson. He got at least 9 yards on that. He extended his body. I don't know if he was out of bounds when he crossed the first down. That dude's tiny, by the way. Like, I know he's a wide receiver, but he just looks really small. Like, he looks like he would be on somebody's, like, secondary. Ocean Man. All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 1. He hands it off to Aaron Jones, who gets through past the first down. It looks like he ran right into his own guy, but got a decent gain on the play. Alan Lazard's on the sideline. It looks like he is hurting a little bit. He came off the field a little slow. It's the last thing that they needed to the Packers to just like lose another wide receiver. I mean, I know they just got him back, but like I feel like they need him. 1st and 10 now. They're moving along in Bears territory. Fakes a handoff. Quick throws to the middle. Hits Sammy Watkins. Gets a nice big gain on that play. Watkins fired up. He's a great wide receiver if he can stay healthy. You know, he was real key to the Super Bowl run for the Chiefs when the year they won the Super Bowl. If you can get him for more than 4 games healthy, then you're doing all right. All right, 1st and 10 now from the 14. He hands it off to A.J. Dillon, and he runs into a brick wall for no gain. The Packers are really moving. Yeah, they're moving down the field. This is one of the better offensive drives I've seen from them out of the last game in this one. Lazard was coming into the season banged up. Watkins might be their best. I mean, I really thought Watkins was going to see a lot of action as long as he, like I said, he stays healthy. Because, I mean, I don't miss him because we don't need him right now for the Chiefs. But I enjoyed his time with us when he was healthy. 2nd and 11. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. I thought there was a flag. I was like, come on now. I did not notice the clock running out. Like we got a decent game on our hand, boys. Looks like the Pack is about to get in for 7. It seems to be that way. Oh, by the way, Joey snores as loud as SpongeBob. That's impressive. Common Rodgers touchdown. I need it. I'm rooting for my boy Sammy. So I want to see it. But you know what? As long as you Packers fans have been hanging out with me, you know that I love me some A.J. Dillon as well. I won't be mad about either of those options. Except, I believe the guy I'm playing against in fantasy this week has A.J. Dillon. So give it to Aaron Jones. Dolphins going to win the Super Bowl. Dolphins got to, look, they're 2-0 right now, but I'm not sold on them just yet. So they got to make it to the playoffs before I'm going to say anything about any kind of Super Bowl. See you on Monday night. Good night, football fanatics. Hey, Lisa, thanks for hanging out with us for the first quarter tonight. You have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Chilling with the cheeseheads. Yeah, I'm pretty used to it now. I feel like I need to get a Packers jersey because I have to be I feel like an honorary Packers fan because I spend so much time with so many of you. I'm probably going to get a Sammy Watkins jersey. I got one of his Bills, and I got his Chiefs one. I didn't get to get one when he was with the Ravens, and I never could find one when he was with the Rams. But I still want to get the Ravens one, though. Just because I'm not a Ravens fan, but I like their purple jerseys. Man, I can't get over how actually crazy these games were today. Like, the picks that we made yesterday on the channel, I think we did that yesterday. Whatever day we did that, neither of us did really well. All right, so 2nd and 11 for the 15, so they can still get a first down. He tosses it over to Aaron Jones, right into the end zone. That's a touchdown. I told you it was coming, and I feel like I just gave him some good juju. I was like, man, I love my man Dylan, but I don't want to lose in fantasy, so give it to Aaron Jones. So Mason Crosby's going to come on to kick the extra point. What a run, though. That was like a straight shot to the end zone. Basically untouched until he got there. Allen Lazard with the block, so he's back in the game. That's good news. And the extra point is up and good. The Packers regained their 3-point lead with 14:54 left in the half. If you like cheese, you're technically a cheesehead anyway. I guess. I mean, I do like cheese. I can't argue with that. Bears still winning. I can't with you. I need Rodgers to score all the touchdowns tonight. Was that considered a pass? Like a passing touchdown? Because it wasn't a normal handoff. I'm gonna look and see where the stat was given. Because it kind of felt like it was like a toss, but I don't know. Oh yeah, I guess it was considered a pass, so that's an Aaron Rodgers touchdown. Yeah, see, I thought so, but I couldn't tell if it was. It happened fast, and I wasn't even thinking of that. I was really looking at the wide open gap that they had. Kickoff is up, and he brings it out of the end zone. He makes it to the 15 and dances around in a circle and somehow makes it around the 19 or 20. That's true. Okay, yeah, you've got me there. I just, for some reason, my brain over-processed that. So far in this game, Aaron Rodgers 6 for 10, 85 yards and a touchdown. Justin Fields 1 for 1 for 30 yards. All right, 1st and 10 from the 20. fakes a handoff. He avoids the pressure, and then someone comes up behind him. The ball comes out. It looks like the Bears still have it. He didn't see the next guy coming. He avoided the first one, but was completely blindsided. Number 91, Smith. I don't know which Smith that is. No, Zadarius is with the Vikings now. I don't know. I think he might have been down by contact, but they're going to rule it down as a sack. It looks like they're going to rule it down as a sack. 2nd and 15, he throws it behind the line to Darnell Mooney, and he gets nowhere. That is going to hurt in the morning. He jumps straight on his back, man. I don't care for the Bears, but Justin Fields takes a beating. Even if it's not a sack, he takes a lot of hits. All right, so 3rd and 19. Oh, yeah, that dude was like 3 times his size. 3rd and 19 now. The crowd's getting loud. They're going crazy. From the 11-yard line, Fields pulls up a screen to David Montgomery, but he slips, and they get nowhere. So 4th and long coming up. The Packers D gets a stop. 13 minutes left in the half, and we're rolling. The punting unit's coming out. This is forever going to be what holds the Bears back. Is they've got good moments of offense, but as a whole, they just really don't have an offense. And he calls for a fair catch at about the 40-yard line. Good starting field position. And the Pack's rolling. It is. I'm still like it. I know I've had a stress-free Sunday because I didn't have to watch my team play, or they already won this week. But I just feel like I need to be rooting for someone. Like I just feel like I'm missing that thrill of nerves and anxiety of waiting to watch my team play, and so I don't know how to feel. Like I'm so excited for this game, but I don't know how to feel today. I haven't had any traumatic experience with a football team today. As long as the weather is nice, the Bears can't drive. That's true. I mean, lay the field last week, they played fairly well, and they literally played in a Super Bowl. That field's terrible. Anyways, and then it was covered in water, and they were squeegeeing a football field. Cardinals beat the Raiders in OT. I mean, it was, and but I didn't have a dog in that fight. I want to see the Cardinals start this season 0-6 just for no reason. But the way that game ended, it was exciting. It was unexpected. I had a very strong feeling that game was going to go to overtime. Like before they got to that point. Once that first flag came out. So it was an exciting game, but I just miss the feeling of my blood pressure rising and my anxiety making me sick. I mean, it is huge, but there, Nathan in the chat. I finally met a Raiders fan that I don't sit and fight with all day. And he was in the chat, and I just felt so sad for him. I don't normally feel sad. I obviously want the Raiders to lose, but they should have won that game. I don't know. It was a weird feeling for me because, at the end of the day, 1st and 10, Rodgers targets Sammy Watkins, and that number 6, Gordon, forces the incompletion. it's a good day for me. The Chargers lost this week. Denver scraped by against Houston, so that makes me feel good that they're scraping by an AFC South team. And the Raiders lost. So like all in all, it was a good week for me. But no, they shouldn't have won. I mean, yeah, they should have. But but I understand you're upset. 2nd and 10. The Green Bay is going to burn their second time out with 12:46 left in the half. You get the couch that's supposed to be the coach that's supposed to be the savior, and they can't how to figure out how to win anyways. Denver should have smashed the Texans. That's a bad look to be that close with them and to lose to the Seahawks. I mean, look how they looked today against the Niners after beating up on Denver, which granted that was partially due to bad coaching in Denver. I don't know. I've had a good week, but there's just like a lot of confusion. Why does David Bakhtiari look like he's been crying? He's been hanging out with Aaron Rodgers. It looks like he gave him something. 2nd and 10 coming up for Green Bay. That was a fast timeout. I can hear the Oakland tears from here. Rodgers being chased. He just throws it away in the direction of one of his tight ends. So 3rd and 10 coming up. Tyler Davis is the guy he was targeting. I'm not familiar with the guy. Russell Wilson, 225 and 1 TD. That is rough for the money that got spent to bring in. That's what I'm saying. I mean, also that 4th down call against the Seahawks. What are you paying him $260 million for if he's just going to sit on the bench in a key moment of a game like that? But, I'm not getting paid to be a head coach either, so what do I know? 3rd and 10. Rodgers being chased again, and he's brought down, but he secures the football. Almost didn't, but his offensive lineman comes and takes it from him, so he makes sure it's secure. But, no sweat off my back watching Denver be terrible. They're overrated tremendously this year. Solely because they think they're going to win the division, and also, the rest of the division got so much better. So now the Packers are lining up to punt. Quick 3 and out. Kick is up. He booted that thing. And that's going to go in the end zone for a touchback. And he's down. Yeah, you're right. Is Rodgers going to play out his full 3-year extension with the way things have been going? I mean, win or lose this game, he just seems like he is very stressed out. And they have the lead in this game, and he still seems like he is extremely stressed out. I know he's missing David Bakhtiari today. I don't know if Elton Jenkins is playing. I didn't get word. I know he was still listed as questionable, but they were close to getting him back. But he needs his offensive line to not keep him on the ground. What's up, Peyton? It's good to see you. We're having a fun, chill Packers versus Browns, or Packers versus Bears Sunday night football game. Everything's chill today so far. I was disappointed in those that you can't actually switch the flavors. I didn't think you can, but Shelby said that you can, but I don't know. I don't taste the difference. Is Shane your dad? Yes. Can't you tell? I feel like we're like the same person. He might be in the chat. He was in the chat earlier. He had a rough day today. Oh, well, I feel like we look identical other than our hair. All right. Getting back to some action. The Bears are going to start from their own 20-yard line, which I believe is the same place they started after the kickoff last time. I just had that one. The Blue Raz Cherry or Blue Raz Lemon. All right. 1st and 10. And there's a flag. This play's getting shut down. I saw it looked like half their offensive line jumped. So 1st and 15 from the 15. It wasn't even their offensive line that jumped, but it looked like it. That dude's pretty big. Oh, they showed a guy on the sidelines, and I just looked through his helmet at his face, and I thought it was Fields, and I was like, did he get hurt? 1st and 15, they hand it off, and he gets stuffed at the line. And that was Khalil Herbert. That's their backup. Hazley wearing her Green Bay outfit. Is Amy a Green Bay fan? So 2nd and 14. I did not realize that they lost that many yards on the. Oh, wait. I forgot it was 1st and 15. So 2nd and 14. They try to power through again. They make it to about the 20. So it's going to be about 3rd and 10. You guys should stream IU football next week against Cincinnati. I don't do college football, but last year Dad did some of the college playoff games. No, it was free. Okay. I was like, it doesn't sound like something you would put her in, but maybe I was wrong. But I can ask him about it if he's got time. I'm going to the IU Purdue football game. That ought to be fun. All right, 3rd and 10 coming up. Fields is looking. He's going to throw on this drive. Nope, he's going to take off running and keep it. It looks like he threw it over the line of scrimmage, but maybe not. There's a flag out. He did hit St. Brown for a 1st down, but I feel like he was a couple yards ahead of the line of scrimmage. But, I mean, I can talk to him if he's got time. I know he's got a fairly busy schedule as well, and including his other YouTube channel with the stream. What day of the week is that, MH? Oh, yeah, he was at least 2 yards, if not 3, across the line. I thought so, but I was like, maybe I didn't see the line. You don't see it very often, and when you do, it's usually much, much closer to the line of scrimmage than that. But he had like 3 or 4 good steps past it. That was rough. So, they're going to punt, and the kick is up, and it's about the 27. He returns it, crosses the 30, the 35, the 40, and he crosses it all the way down to the 45. Nice return by Rodgers. I believe his first name is Amari Rodgers. That sounds right. Totally unrelated, but watching Post Malone fall down on stage with no reason for it. Oh, okay. I feel like I saw a post on Twitter about Post Malone, but I didn't read it. So I guess that makes sense that he fell down on stage. But okay. I love the totally unrelated comments, though. It's Amadi. I'm looking it up because I feel like you're trolling. But if you're right, I've never heard that first name before. Let's see, Packers. I'm sure, yeah. Especially if it's unexpected. Rodgers. It's Amari. I knew it. I was just guessing. Like a Mario. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out. I'm sure I'll see it on a timeline somewhere because I usually see, when celebrities do things come up everywhere. But I thought I read something about it. So Green Bay's gonna get the ball near midfield. A first down puts them in Bears territory again. I think if the Packers can get a couple touchdowns ahead, it might seal this game just because the lack of offensive weapons. Tua put up 60 points for me on fantasy. Tyreek got 56 for me. I know that because I have Waddle in one of my leagues, and he got 40, and on this league was projected only 15. So I'll take that. And I got Josh Allen tomorrow. So I'm doing all right this week. Rodgers, 5 of 11 for 70 yards. It might not be a good completion percentage, but he really doesn't look all that bad. So first and 10 from the 46. And it looks like Dillon in the backfield. He fakes the handoff. It was Aaron Jones in the backfield. He throws and hits Randall Cobb for about 9 yards. Yeah, Dolphins, anybody that had the key pieces for the Dolphins got a decent amount of points. He did throw 6 touchdowns. So I can't argue with that. I really thought the Ravens were going to win that game. The Ravens thought they were going to win that game. I think everyone did, but that was just a miraculous comeback. 2nd and 1, 9.5 left in the first half. And he hands it off to Aaron Jones. He runs, takes it left, gets the edge and the first down, and ends up tripping out of bounds, or getting tripped up out of bounds. The Packers are rolling again. The cheeseheads are going wild. I'm projected 230 points this week. I think I'm projected 150-ish. I had the Chiefs defense, and they got me 10. Leonard Fournette only got 9.4. I bet on the Colts losing in 140. I bet on the Cowboys to win, even though I didn't believe in it. 1st and 10, handoff to Aaron Jones. He gets a good solid 6 or 7 yard run. Almost 8. 2nd and short. And I had Antonio Gibson, who also underperformed. I've got Justin Jefferson tomorrow. Waddle put up 40. Darren Waller put up 17. Cordell Patterson underperformed and only put up 4. Then I had Evan McPherson, and all they did today was kick field goals, so I got a good chunk of points from him. 2nd and 2. Got a guy in motion. They hand it off to A.J. Dillon, and he takes the handoff so fast and gets a quick hole up the middle for a nice gain and a first down. Tampa's defense almost got me 30. Yeah, it wouldn't have. They did. The defense for both those teams played really well up until the 4th quarter. Then everything got stupid. Do you think Frank Reich will get fired this season? I do think that, yeah. I don't even know if he's going to make it to the end of the season if they don't start at least looking better. They got shut out by the Jags. First and 10, they hand it off to A.J. Dillon. He gets 9 yards on the carry, but there is a flag. Yeah, I'm. There's no doubt in my mind because they tied with Houston, and okay, it's week 1. The Colts struggle in week 1, and then they had to go to Jacksonville where they struggled the worst. I get that in week 2, but he's been on the hot seat for a while, and that looked like a face mask on the Bears. It was a hold on the offense, but it looked like the Bears had a hold of a face mask on the offensive line guy. So it's going to be 1st and 20 for the Packers. I'm really confused. Go, Pack, go. What's up, Gabe? It's good to see you, man. So 1st and 20 now. Rodgers looking, and he gets swallowed up, but there is a flag. I guess it could be a hold on the offense. The pocket collapsed immediately. There's like a flag on every play of this game. What? Wait. Okay, they said there's no. I think they said there's no foul on the play. It's a Colts game now. Is the Colts game now a trap game? Wink, look, listen, I've been thinking that all day long. I was like watching the Colts game at work with my buddy that I work with who's a huge Colts fan, and I was like crying in his face. I was laughing so hard. And I was like, man, 2nd and 28, Rodgers throws, hits. I don't know who that is because I can't see his number. Gets a big chunk of yardage. That's, I think, Romeo Doubs, I don't remember how you said his name was said, but he gets a big chunk of yardage. But anyway, I was laughing in his face all day long about that Jags game. Every time the Jags scored, I laughed, and I was like, this Chiefs team is going to steamroll them. But then I started thinking to myself, that is going to turn into a trap game now. And so I'm on edge about it. Bengals Cowboys tickets were $29. I'm not surprised about that. I don't know. 3rd and 8, he hits Randall Cobb, gets the first down. Pack is rolling. How you been? I've been okay. I mean, the Chiefs are 2-0 this season, and I can't, be upset about that. I was nervous during the Chargers game, but I think I'm nervous during every Chiefs and Chargers game, so that's just normal at this point. But, so far so good. I can't complain a whole lot. How you been? Call a flag just to say no foul on the play. I just feel like they enjoy throwing the flag. Like, I really feel that way. What do you think of Matt Ryan? I mean, Matt Ryan's a decent veteran quarterback that can throw 4,000 yards a game, but, his 1st and 10, he chucks it to Dillon, and he's able to fight for about 4. But, it's just like Matt Stafford. You can take Matt Stafford out of Detroit, but you can't take the Detroit out of Matt Stafford. And I feel the same way about Matt Ryan with Atlanta. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's reliable. And, I think his major problem is the lack of weapons. 2 of his starting wide receivers were out. Plus, Shaq Leonard on the defense was out. They had a lot of key injuries today. That doesn't excuse not being able to put up any points because they've got Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor. 2nd and 5, they toss it to Aaron Jones, who gets in the end zone for his 2nd touchdown today. I told you guys yesterday Aaron Jones was going to have a big game today. And that puts the Packers up another score. I'm saying if they shut Chicago down the rest of the half, maybe one more touchdown might be enough unless, the unthinkable stupid happens. But I'm fairly confident. Rodgers is pointing at the crowd. He's feeling it. Look, this is the moment of like a sigh of relief for Packers fans. You guys should be extremely happy right now. Just seeing him light up like that. The extra point is up and good. There's 4.5 minutes left in the first half. The Packers have a 2-score lead. I'm saying one more touchdown might be enough points to put up to beat this team. The Bears were only able to put up, 16 points? I got it right here. 19 points against San Francisco. The game's not over yet, and a lot can happen. I've seen the Bears put up 20 points on the Packers before, but, they still struggle. Rodgers is looking happier than he was last week. A lot of football to go. But I'm saying the game's not over, but Packers fans should be happy just seeing their offense roll again. 6 wins this week. Lindsay, I think 6 wins is still more than what I came up with. I think the Packers were offended by the Bears touchdown 100%. The way this Sunday has played out for all the other games, I'm not doubting anything. Oh, well, I'm trying to make Packers fans who've been depressed in the chat all week feel just a little bit better, like just a little bit of reassurance, but you're 100% right. I don't know anything about football, and every underdog has come back. But I said it before. I said it again. I think the Pack are going to win this game because it's just what they do. And until they prove me wrong. Bears still winning. Happiness is only in food. Food makes me pretty happy, so I second that. They're to the Bulls. Is that okay? So I know there's Giannis, obviously. Isn't there another one of his brothers on the Bucks with him? Like, isn't there 2 of them on the same team and then a third one somewhere else? Like, where was he before he went to the Bulls? That's, I guess, is what I'm asking. Because I am not 100% familiar with NBA players. I have the Bears to win this one. I think so does Shelby in the Pick'em League, so that's fair. The others with the Lakers. Okay, see, I knew that there was 2, but I didn't know which was which. And so he's going into the Bulls. That's interesting. All right, 4:36, and Mason Crosby to kick off. And it looks like he's going to return it again. He brings it out, crosses the 10, and he gets yanked down at the 15. I don't know why he keeps bringing it out because it's like the same result every time. The bigger disappointment, Ravens defense, Bengals O-line, or Colts everything. I'm going to have to go with the Bengals O-line. The Colts everything, yes. But like I said, they're down bad in a lot of position players on the offense. They're missing key pieces on defense. I still think they're a good football team when healthy. The Ravens defense was a letdown, but, after halftime, that whole prevent defense makes it a lot easier to score a lot of points. So you see stuff like that coming. Maybe not the win, to give up as many points as they did. 1st and 10, Justin Fields fires at Cole Kmet at the 20-yard line, and he can't hang on to it. But the Bengals offensive line has given up 13 sacks in 2 games. So, yeah, it's got to take the cake. That's 100%. Peyton Manning is the GOAT. Peyton Manning's also another guy who knows a thing or two about bad offensive lines. Dolphins are legit. I'm waiting. I'm not going to say that yet. We could say the Giants are legit too, but I'm not going to say that either. 2nd and 10, David Montgomery runs, and it results in a loss of 5. They have the Bengals up 4.5 next week against the Jets. They had them up 7.5 today, though. Micah Parsons was on fire against Tampa. He was on fire against Cincinnati, too. Too bad. Cowboys team reeling from an injured quarterback. Which one is Davy Jones? Like, who are we? Oh, you're talking about Daniel Jones. Okay. 3rd and 15. He fires. He hits. It looks like St. Brown. It's not going to be enough for a first down. The punting team's going to come out. And that was Eric Stokes on the tackle. Are the Bengals home? I feel like they're at New York, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just not sold on Tua. I will be if he stays consistent. All right, after 4th and 6, they punt. He muffs the punt, but he gets it back and rolls out of bounds with it. That was on Rodgers. Around the 45, there's a flag. The only thing I actually saw on that was maybe a late hit when he was out of bounds. But I don't know. They're home the week after. It's a Thursday night. I knew the Thursday night against Miami was coming, but I wasn't sure. I mean, he had all of the same weapon. Well, maybe not. They did make a lot of adjustments. So it's going to be a hold on Green Bay. So they're just going to back it up a little bit. Back it up 10 yards. Still in good field position. Giants don't have. I mean, look. I'm not arguing with you at all, and I know you're being legitimate, being you're a Patriots fan. So, I mean, I agree with you, but when they stay, if they stay consistent, then I will say they're the real deal. But I'm just on the fence. Is Joe Flacco starting week 3? Or is it going to be Zach Wilson? I don't think Zach Wilson's back yet, but, they said his injury wasn't as bad as it sounds, which doesn't make sense. 1st and 10, they hand it off to Aaron Jones, and he gets about 14 yards on the carry. No, I don't think Mike White's starting because they said they're going to ride with Joe Flacco until Zach Wilson gets back. I mean, he did throw for 4 touchdowns today. But, the Packers, if they can stay this consistent with their run game, because both guys they have, Jones and Dillon, are monsters with a football in their hand. This is how I think they're key to winning games. Yeah, I did have pick 1st and 10. They hand it off to Dillon. He fights his way for about a yard or 2. I did pick the Steelers today, but I didn't feel confident in that pick because of the lack of offensive production for the Steelers, like in general. Other than like Najee Harris. But, the Patriots looked just out of sorts on offense week 1. So that was a coin flip game for me. But they survived it. Mac Jones looked at least better than he did in week 1. I agree, Peyton, about Trey Lance and Jimmy G. Well, they don't have to make that decision anymore because Trey Lance is not going to play the remainder of this season. The game was decided by a muffed punt. Yeah, I didn't see I was just in the chat. No, that was the first game. I didn't get to watch most of that first game because I was bouncing between the Colts game and the Saints game. They really did dodge a bullet. This injury might be the excuse San Francisco needed to move on from Lance. I mean, yeah. I just feel like they don't want to admit that they should not have traded up for him, or maybe not that, but like they don't want to admit they made like the wrong move. It looked like the sun was in their faces the whole time. At the New England game, the Steelers and Patriots. Yeah, I watched about, almost 1 quarter worth of the Ravens game. I watched like a couple plays here and there of the Steelers-Patriots game. Okay, so yeah, I get what you're saying. They were in Pittsburgh, right? But like I said, I basically bounced back and forth between laughing at the Colts and watching the Saints and Bucks game. Yeah, I thought so. I think that was the only reason my final decision when I made my picks was to pick Pittsburgh, was just the home field. Like Nothing against the talent of either of these teams. I hate Pittsburgh, and I've never been a fan of the Patriots. But I mean, I definitely dislike Pittsburgh more. But it was a coin flip game for me, and then I just let the home field advantage be the deciding factor. I think the Bengals have a long, long, long season ahead of them because they're just going to keep facing tough defenses. Pittsburgh sucks. They've got the Dolphins, they've got the Saints, they still got the Ravens twice, the Steelers once, the Browns twice, which they struggle against the Browns. They got the Jets. I think they have to play the Patriots as well, and they do have the Bills. 1st and 10, they hand it off to Aaron Jones. He gets a very solid gain, but there is a flag. Yeah, the Bengals got a long, long season. And starting out 0-2 is not the start they wanted. They're I wouldn't say Pittsburgh was an easier game, but like the Cowboys was supposed to be without Dak Prescott an easier game for them. I know it's really early in the season, but I feel like today's win or loss was very, very important. Like they desperately needed to win this game today, and so it is going to be a rocky road. I think the amount of fight they have in that team, they can power through the adversity and everything, but it's going to be hard. All right, 1st and 10, hand off to AJ Dillon, and he got hit real hard by looked like Roquan Smith. For a short gain, it's going to be 2nd down. Rocky road. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got the Browns twice. Joe Burrow's yet to beat the Browns. They got the Ravens 2 more times. They haven't played them yet. And the Ravens are not going to forget anything that happened last year. 2nd and 7. Rodgers steps up in the pocket. He throws, hits Randall Cobb. I was like, I don't know who that is because I couldn't see any of the body for a 1st down. And now he's fired up on the sideline. And they've got to play the Steelers again in Pittsburgh. Like, the Steelers are fired up that they already beat them once in Cincinnati. And also they have to play the Chiefs, but I don't really want to talk about that because I'm still salty about last year. Twice. 1st and 10, throws, dumps it down to it looks like Robert Tonyan. And that's going to be another 1st down for Green Bay. But this division's not going to go easy on them. They're not forgiving any of them for anything that happened. There's only 35 seconds left in the half. Green Bay just used their final timeout. They're in the red zone now. Bengals fans who think that the Bengals are going to walk back into the Super Bowl, I think it's possible for them to get there somehow, like with the right fight and if their offensive line starts acting right. But right now, 13 sacks in 2 games is not good. All right, 2nd and 1. They're trying to quiet the crowd. Best moment of the day was Clowns fans booing their team off the field. That's good. I think every time the refs throw a flag, I'm going to eat Rocky Road. I hope you mean the ice cream. 2nd and 1. He throws quick pass to Allen Lazard in the end zone for another touchdown. There's 30 seconds left in the half. Well, I don't want you like trying to eat rocks or anything. I know that you've had a bad day, but please value your teeth. Rocks are not the answer. Yeah, he gave Rodgers just enough time after the fake handoff to get open, get ready, and deliver that strike. Very nice pass, nice catch. Mason Crosby kicks the extra point. It's up and good. It's 24-7 with just under a minute left in the half. As a New Yorker, it's nice to finally see exciting local games on TV. Well, to be fair, all of my the local channels today, I live in Kentucky and I got the Saints and Bucks game and the Pittsburgh Patriots game. 4 teams that are nowhere near here really. But it's just exciting now that all these games are exciting. I mean, the Giants and Panthers game was kind of boring. But as a whole, this week was crazy, but exciting. Who's getting the ball after halftime? I believe Chicago is. I think Green Bay. Green Bay got the ball first. I don't got that strong to eat real rock. I'm just looking out, okay? So the 2 most boring games of the day, definitely I would give the Giants and Panthers. And let me see. I don't know. If you don't like defense, the Bucks and Saints game would be definitely really boring for you. It was 3-3 until the 4th quarter. But I enjoyed that. I really did. I would probably say the Texans and Broncos game was fairly boring. I did not see one single minute of it, but until the end, pretty much nothing happened. Russell Wilson had only completed 3 passes for over half of the game. So those would be my 2 picks based off scores and things that I knew that had happened today. Final answer. I'm really excited for the games tomorrow, though. So Chicago's had 16 plays, 81 yards, 906 time of possession. Green Bay's had 40 plays, 233 yards, and 20 minutes and 22 seconds of time of possession. 32 seconds left. Kick is up. As of right now, I have to say yes. I mean, they did score 20 points, and they're not 0-2. They're 0-1-1. But honestly, yes. I mean, I feel like Denver's pretty low on that totem pole, too. They did get a win, but I still feel strongly about that. But until the Colts win a football game, I think my answer is going to stay with them as being, yes, the worst team in the league. 1st and 10, Fields tosses it to Khalil Herbert, and he gets 2 yards. It looks like they're trying to set up a screen. It just didn't work. They have 2 timeouts. It's 2nd and 7, but the clock is rolling, so they might just let this thing run. Refs are the worst team in the league. I mean, a lot of times, yes. But I just think the Colts looked the worst. Out of everything I've seen so far. All the teams that I thought were going to be really bad this year have played better than the Colts so far through 2. Yeah, they have Ryan, a good running game, and some of their receivers aren't too bad. They're not healthy, but they're not too bad right now. Are not healthy right now, but they're not too bad when they are healthy. And, they've got a very solid defense, and they've got a pretty solid offensive line, but their defense key pieces are missing. Their offensive line is, been okay. The Patriots are just struggling offensively. I think once they get their offense to gel better, their defense is going to be fine. I have faith in that defense, but their offense struggling hurts the defense because the defense ends up spending more time on the field. Squats and curls. What's up, Dave? All right, Packers fans, all the ones of you, the real fans in here of the Packers, how are you feeling through one half? Dave sends every color heart. I think that's a good sign. Yeah, I mean, Craig, it looks discouraging, but like as soon as the offense starts gelling and they start finding things that works, the defense is going to fall right back into place because listen, their defense last year was not bad by any means, and like I think they got better as the season going on. Left alike, probably shouldn't send blue and orange hearts, but I did. We heart Dave. That's true. We do heart Dave. It doesn't count sending blue and orange if you send every other color too. It is hard to watch. I I've watched both of the Bengals games this year, and that's been hard to watch. Watching my dad like just collapse mentally watching these Bengals team. Like I understand, I see it with my own eyes. Did Bob Casanelli buy the Bengals? That's actually fair. I don't know. So we said everyone drop a like on the stream. Yeah, if you have not done so yet, just click the little like button at the bottom. And if you don't like it, at least click the dislike button, one or the other. It's not gonna hurt my feelings, but if you could at least click one of them, I would be very appreciative. It's hard to watch compared to what I'm used to. Okay, yeah, definitely understand. Falcons nearly erased a 25-point deficit today. They almost made the Rams pull a Falcons today, and I was here for it. Like I was waiting for it. They were my pick for the week. That were my like number one upset for the week because I know they had no business winning that game. But we all saw how bad the Rams looked in week one, and the Falcons did put up 20 points on the Steelers. I was rooting for them. I was rooting for the Texans because Denver sucks. I usually root for the underdog if it really doesn't affect me, the outcome of the game. Lions have scored close to 70 points over 2 games. I know they put up like 34. What was it? 35 and 36. That's over 70. I'll probably stop by again after the game and say hi. Enjoy your squats and curls and whatever workout else you said you were going to do. Good luck with the second half, and we look forward to hearing your commentary after the game, Dave. Yeah, the Lions' offense has just looked impressive. Like, nothing but impressive. And I know that this is an NFC North game that we're watching, but it's hard to worry about the Lions because you spent many, many years not worrying about them. But I want nothing more than the Lions to do well. I don't care if they make the playoffs or not, but I just want to see them at least do well because I've never seen a team have so much fun losing anyway. So I love everything going on over there. There were 3 teams that blew a lead in the fourth. I feel like there were more than 3, but maybe you're right. It was a weird day. Kind of want the Bears to score so Green Bay has a reason not to run the ball the whole second half. Aw. I mean, even if the Bears score again, they'll still be able to run the ball. It kind of makes you wonder what the problem is. It seems a little suspicious. I'm still in disbelief at the end of that Raiders game, man. That was crazy. Yeah, I'm not a huge Matt Patricia fan, and I really never have been. Craig knows. Really makes you wonder. Bill Belichick does what Bill Belichick does, and, give it a week or two, and if he's sick of it, it'll be gone. I feel like he'll make it right. Like the Cam Newton year when they were down was like, okay, he accepted a down year. He's not gonna keep going down because they made the playoffs last year. Jimmy G coming for the MVP. I feel like that Niners team was extremely, extremely happy. Not so much that Trey Lance got hurt, but extremely happy to have Jimmy G back, no matter the situation and how it occurred. What's up, Robert? We've got a nice little group in here tonight. So I'm glad you could join us. Can Bill put a hit on the refs, though? It's hard to face two teams at once every week. I mean, if anybody can put a hit on anything, it's probably going to be Bill Belichick. So I was in bed, and your dad called and asked me to change my premiere. Tomorrow is Monday. It didn't click. I was like, why? But I understand. Yeah. Working on videos is always fun, though. Doing what you love. I hope you're right and he doesn't force feed it down our throats. I just feel like if you have, you won this week, so, like, it's a step forward. But if you don't keep winning, he's going to be like, all right, something's got to go, and it's going now. Like, I just feel like that's the mentality he's going to handle with it. He's just going to get rid of the bad immediately. Like, as soon as it, like, you're progressing now, but as soon as it starts digressing, it's gone. The Battle of the Pretty Boys next Sunday night. Who do we got on Sunday Night Football? It was probably on the TV and I just missed it. It's all right. Don't worry. I got it right here. Sunday, September 25th. 1-1-1-1. The 49ers and the Broncos? Jimmy G and Russell Wilson. Two old foes. That ought to be... we're going to have fun next Sunday. I don't know what we're going to have fun doing, but I don't know how good that game's going to be. We'll see. If Jimmy G plays like he did today, it's going to be a high-scoring game. If Russell Wilson plays like he has the last few weeks combined, it's just going to be a blowout. But I'm fine with the Niners winning. It's functioning like he's taking out on the players, and it makes me really nervous. That definitely might be true. It's so hard to read anything that goes through Bill Belichick's system. I don't understand it. I feel like most people don't, and I feel like the people in the system don't understand it. They just wing it every day and hope for the best. Jimmy bought to take the Niners to the Super Bowl and then leave to get paid. Which version of the Titans we see tomorrow night? Hopefully, at least a B, like not a B minus, B plus, like at least a B rated Titans team. I hope that they give the Bills problems. Like, I think I need the Bills to just have a reality check. I don't care if the Bills win, but like I just need them to know that they can be scored on. Like they're a really good football team, but we showed flaws. One of the interceptions was the receiver's fault. The other one wasn't. Josh Allen's really, really talented. What? The Grossi posse is back. What is going on? Yo. Packers fans, what's up? How are you feeling? Tom, I hope you're having a good night tonight, my guy. Ah, it's going so fast. The Grossi Posse, Packer Nation. Thanks for stopping in. Mr. Tom Grossi, I love you, my guy. It's always nice to see your fans coming through here. You took me by surprise, though. Kitty goes meow, go Pack, go. You guys are crazy. I love it. Hey, from Minneapolis. Go Pack, go. Alex Death Rose, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys. I know I love Tom for what he does for the community. So I don't have words, man. Thanks for coming from Orlando, from Chicago. Guys, I'm a Panthers fan. Jordan, I'm very sorry. I'm sorry for that. Christopher said, sad Bears fan. Man, I can't say anything about that. Where's Papa Blood? I don't know where Papa Blood is right now, but Philip Rivers throwing motion. He's somewhere around here. He might be in the chat, but we won't be able to see him. Let's get it, Green Bay. Yo, you guys are awesome. Good luck to all the not Panthers. Good luck to all the Packers fans, and if there's any more Bears fans in here, good luck to you as well. There's a Chiefs fan in here. Let's go Chiefs. I didn't know there was Peyton said didn't know there was this many Pack fans. The Grossi Posse is a very, very large Packers fan group. Yo, you guys are incredible. The ones that are still in here, thank you so much. And make sure everybody, I'm going to head over to Tom's stream and thank him myself as well. But make sure everybody tells him I said thank you. Dolphins fan, go Pack, go. You guys are crazy. There's a sad Colts fan. I'm sorry, Colts fan. And I'm sorry for next week if the Chiefs win. Great accomplished, Jordan. Everybody that sent me a donut today, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. And thank you for all the encouraging words. I'm going to head over to Grossi right now. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. You guys are incredible. Seriously. You made my night. All the Chiefs fans in here, it's just nice to see Chiefs fans in here. Sometimes I feel a little alone in the world on this channel. Well, that's one thing's for sure. There's no Chargers fans. What channel do you root for? I root for the Chiefs, but I run this channel with my dad, Papa Blood, and he's the Bengals fan in here. You could be Angelina Jolie's kid. Well, you know what? I love her, so thank you. I got to get this switched over to the third quarter. I was not expecting this today. Now I'm like flustered. You guys are awesome. Oh my God, Puppet. What happened to the AFC North this week? Man, it started good and it's crashed and burned, man. I don't know. All right. So the game's back on. I missed a little bit of it. Puppet, thank you, man. You need to chill. But Justin Fields is 3rd and 9, so he hits David Montgomery for not enough for a first down. So It looks like they're probably going to be kicking it back to Green Bay. That's how I found your channel, and I hang out here. Love it. I remember every single person from the first Grossi raid that came over and actually stayed hanging out with me from the beginning. And like, I remember each and every one of you, and some of you guys come back and forth, but you know, I'll never forget that day, and I'll never forget everything Tom's done. So Jack Capel, going back to watch the game on Peacock Bites and the Blood Peeps. Hey, thanks for coming in. I forgot what I was gonna type. Chat exploded. Man, I don't even know what's going on. I gotta head over to Tom's channel real quick. There's 13 minutes left in the third quarter. The Tom Grossi. The I've lost everything. Have you rated before? He rated you before. Interesting. Puppet man. Only you. Let's see. Let's get. I don't know how to send like a custom amount on here, but I discovered your channel from the previous. See, I remember you, Crafty. I remember, obviously, Puppet, Gabe, Shinks, Dave. So many of you guys. I remember you all from when they first came over. So you all stuck around, and I'm so very thankful. We're on commercial break right now. I am in the process of also Ben. I do remember Ben coming because you can actually chat here. Yeah, his chat is insane, and it's only grown so much over the year. But hey, Gabe, I appreciate that comment, but thank you so much. I love all you guys. I'm trying to type this out for Tom. Hi, I subscribed. I'll be in out. Kitten the toe. Thanks for hanging. I'm sorry. I'm very distracted. I'm just like, the Grossi Prossi has tripled since the last time they've been here. We lose you too, puppet. So there was like a lot more people in here than I expected. I was not ready for any of that. I'm just trying to sit this. I don't know. I'm very bad at this. Rodgers Cologne. I love that guy, man. When he came up on social media last year, I was like, what? First and 10, it looked more real than Aaron Rodgers did last year. They handed off to Aaron Jones, and he gets about 3 or 4 yards up the middle. But from its So wait, so does that Aaron Rodgers clone live in Germany? 2nd and 5, hand off to Aaron Jones again. He breaks a couple tackles, and then he drags another guy across the first down for an extra 2 or 3 yards. I was going to say, I didn't realize he lived in Germany because the times that I saw him were at Lambeau Field. He did send me a picture of his cards, Nathan did. I just hadn't had time to go through them yet. That was a blast. But I enjoyed being able to talk to all of you guys as much as I possibly can. I know we missed a couple comments here and there, but between me and Dad, we definitely try. Yeah, it said Munich, Germany. I did not know that. I just assumed he was from, this area. 1st and 10, handoff to Aaron Jones. He breaks a tackle. He's going down the sideline. He's all the way in Bears Bears territory, and he slides over next to the Bears bench as he gets shoved out of bounds. This guy's having himself a night tonight, and he knows it too. That was from their own 26, and he goes all the way down to the Bears 40. Nice big chunk of yardage. What's up, Bucci? Nice to see you. Thank you so much. It's nice to see you in here. 1st and 10. He throws to the rookie, Christian Watson. He gets hit before he crosses the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be 2nd down. There's 10:40 left in the 3rd quarter. Okay, I want to get my 1 second. Get this real quick so I can. Cheers to Tom Grassi. All right, 2nd and 11. They handed it to A.J. Dillon. Breaks a tackle, gets a nine-yard gain, and looks like they're going to give him a 1st down. A.J. Dillon's a goat. Bucci Bonita, I hope you're doing well. It's nice to see you in here. It's been a little while. Melvin Sanchez. Brandon Perna is a better dad than Tom Brady. That's probably true. I bet Brandon Perna is at least there. Peyton, yeah. Brandon Perna probably doesn't do that. 1st and 10, handoff to Dillon. It looks like the ball comes out, and the Bears are signaling that they have it. I don't see any Packers fans raising their arms. They're going to rule. That is going to be a Green Bay turnover, it looks like. Yo. Much love, Bucci. Are you streaming tomorrow as well? I 100% for sure am streaming the later of the 2 games, the Vikings and Eagles. My Papa Blood is going to attempt to get on here if he's got time to do the Titans and Bills game. It'll be 2 streams at once. We don't know how it's going to go, but if he has the time to do it, he's going to try to do that. But I 100% for certain will be doing the Vikings-Eagles game. Bruh, that's what I'm saying. I looked up just as it happened. Right after the handoff just slips out. Do the Bucs have the best D in the league? I can't say yes. I don't know. I love Perna's hatred of the Chiefs. It's so funny because as long as I've been a Chiefs fan, I've never just been like, wow, I hate the Broncos. It's always been number 1, the Raiders. No offense, Nathan. It's gone longer than I've known you. But it's been Raiders, Chargers, and then Broncos. The Broncos have always been the whatever team. And I grew up as when I was a little kid, Peyton Manning was my idol. And so when he went to the Broncos, it made it that much harder to hate him. Player's gonna go to practice with a ball of duct tape to him. But I love Brandon Perna's passion, man. That's the one thing. I don't care if you hate my team. If you're that passionate about your team, because I can't have nothing but respect. Nathan comes in here every day with us, knowing that I'm a diehard Chiefs fan. He's a diehard Raiders fan. We've got mutual respect. But nice. Dillon gets negative points for that. Which I don't ever want to see AJ Dillon do bad, but like I said earlier, the guy I'm playing against this week does have AJ Dillon, so I can't be mad for that. He said, "Frick off, puppet." Why don't you like Peyton Manning? What did Peyton Manning ever do to you? Oh, Rodgers got credit for the fumble. See, it looked like the handoff was just bad, so I didn't know. But anyway, Wink, I just love everybody's passion. Bruh, dude, I if I hadn't been streaming, I wish I could have just been watching his stream because I can only imagine from a Bronx or watching a Seahawks stream. Like I want to go back and watch people's reactions to that because I know, like I remember how I felt. I can only imagine how those two teams felt. 1st and 10, they hand it off to Montgomery. He breaks some tackles, gets about 8.5, 9 yards on the carry. They're going to show the replay of that. Rodgers goes to hand it off. So Dylan never had control of it. So I feel like crediting Rodgers for that is fair. Why? Because he's whack. That's why. I mean, Phillip Rivers was whack, but I didn't hate him. Second and 1. This might be the Bears' best starting field position because their kick returner, they hand it off to Montgomery. He gets a first down all the way to the 50. Their kick returner brings it out of the end zone every time and gets to the 15 or the 20. And I mean, they started at the 25 with the touchback earlier. I think the first drive of the game for them. She loves to see my hatred for refs. They cause pain to Raiders fans. Man, I don't like the refs, period. 1st and 10, throws, hits number 84 down the middle, gets a big first down, and it looks like their offensive lineman, one of them shaken up, but he jogs back to the rest of the team, so maybe he's fine. Well, if I got to work tomorrow, so I'm bouncing. Have a good night and a better week. Hey, Craig, you have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. I appreciate it. So it looks like they're. Oh, they were rushing because they were trying to catch an extra man on the field for the Packers. 1st and 10, hands it off to Montgomery. He only gets about a yard or two and immediately swallowed up and dragged down. Puppet's a Packers fan, and don't let him say anything else because he's lying. Has anyone told their returner that a touchback starts at the 25? I'm kind of thinking the same thing because every single time he brings it back to the 15 or the 20. Like if it was a punt, then okay, that's fine. But they lose 5 yards on every kickoff. 2nd and 8. Handoff up the middle to Montgomery. I feel like they're going to keep running the ball as much as they can. That's been the most of their success. 3rd and short coming up. Puppets team chaos. I mean, that's fair too. I mean, I'm team chaos too, but at least I like to choose chaos on my weekly picks and not just be chaotic all the time. All right, 3rd and 2. Looks like it's a draw play for Justin Fields. He's way behind the line and gets swallowed. He takes another big hit. He looked like he shook the first tackle, and as he finally starts to move forward because he moves sideways down the line the whole way, he ends up getting nothing. If he was gonna go, he should have went. Chaos, that's a good name for them. Fair. Special teams is hard. I mean, I understand, but I just don't understand why he keeps bringing it out. Just let it go in the end zone. All right, so they're going to attempt a 44-yard field goal attempt with their kicker, Cairo Santos. Kick is up. And they cut the lead down to 2 touchdowns, 24-10, with 5:11 left in the 3rd quarter. That's the 2nd quarter. Let's see, in the 3rd quarter. And we're cutting to commercial. I wish there was even like an XFL or CFL or any of the random leagues like they just named a team Chaos. Or maybe like a football league called the Chaos League because I live for it. No doink. Not this time. I've only heard one doink in the first 2 weeks of the NFL, and that was the Steelers Bengals game in overtime. Uh, Chris Boswell hit the bar, and it didn't even give like a doink sound. It was very deep noise. But I love that sound, man. I mean, not when my kicker's kicking, but I do enjoy the sound of a football bouncing off an upright, especially hit head on. So we're gonna get to see Aaron Rodgers and the Packers take this on again. I have a feeling there's going to be two hands on the football and it's going to stay secure in the rest of this game. Bears and field goals go together like cold coffee and cheese. The double doink will live in infamy. You right. I'm just thinking about cold coffee and cheese now. Like, man, that's nasty. I feel like if I'm gonna have one or the other in the morning, it's gonna be one or the other. And like I don't like iced coffee, so it's piping hot or none. I told my boss today that like to put a peppermint in her coffee because she said it was like I told her it would make it taste better, like give it some flavor. And nobody I work with have ever heard of that. Kickoff, he decides to bring it out of the end zone. It looks like he makes it down to the 15. I mean, the 25-yard line. I choose cheese. I mean, I always choose cheese. Which tight end should I take tomorrow? What are your options? I'm trying to think. What Goddard, Dawson Knox. I don't even know who the Titans tight end is. Who else is playing? The Vikings. I don't remember who the Vikings tight end is right now because they had Rudolph, but he's with the Bucks. All right, 1st and 10 from the 24. I thought he made it to the 25. He was close. They fake the handoff to Aaron Jones. Rodgers rolls left, hits, it looks like Tunyon, and he gets a couple yards and pushed out of bounds. Hooper? Wait, who does Hooper play for? I thought Hooper was a Brown. 2nd and 8 after the 2-yard gain. We got 5 minutes left in the third. Irv Smith. Oh, yeah. I forgot about Irv Smith. I always think of him as a wide receiver, but that makes more sense. All right, 2nd and 8. He tosses it to Aaron Jones. He tries to make a cut, but is swallowed up after about a yard or two. Hooper's on the Titans. Okay. Ooh, that's tough. Well, I feel like the Eagles are going to try to take away Justin Jefferson, so I feel like the ball might get spread out more. So, Irv Smith might not be a bad idea. Love you. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out in the chat with us. But I do like 3rd and 6. Rodgers looks, has time, throws. I feel like there should be a flag. Okay, the flag comes out. He's targeting Aaron Jones. I don't know. I can't remember how the Bills defense did against tight ends. Did Matthew Stafford even target a tight end in week 1? I'm trying to remember. That's a coin flip. So they got a pass interference call, which they declined, and then there's a hold on the defense. And it's going to be an automatic first down. I think they were both on the... No, okay, so the hold was on Sammy Watkins. The pass interference, against Sammy Watkins. And then the pass interference was the guy covering Aaron Jones. Either way, it's going to be first down. 3:41 left in the third quarter. Higbee had targets, but not any touchdowns. Okay. But was he targeted in the end zone? Or in the red zone, at least? Hand off to Aaron Jones. He breaks through a bunch of guys, gets about 9 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 1. The dude is having a monster night, man. He's in Madden mode. I feel like week 1 was so long ago that I can't remember anything. That sounds really dumb, but... And how did Hooper get many targets against the Giants in week 1? I didn't actually get to watch any of that game except for the very, very end when the Giants went for 2. 2nd and 2, they hand it off again to A.J. Dillon. He plows forward for about 4 yards and a first down. So we got 2.5 minutes left in this quarter. 24-10. Green Bay Packers leading the Chicago Bears. From their own 45, got Lazard in motion on the edge. Looks like they're going to run the ball. They hand it off. A.J. Dillon, and he runs into every single Chicago Bear at once. Still gets 2 yards. Jason Witten, Tony Gonzalez, Mercedes Lewis are all tied for the most seasons played by a tight end in NFL history with 17 seasons. Do you think he's going to go 18? Yeah, see, I did not hear a word about Hooper because I thought he was on the Browns, and I didn't realize that had happened. 2nd and 9, they got Watson in motion, but the ball on a bad snap is loose. It looks like Green Bay recovered. Why is this getting all messy all of a sudden? What'd he take at halftime? Oh, wait a second. On the snap, the guy that they motioned across it bounced off of him. How often does that happen? What? It looks like the Packers recovered it safely. Rodgers, Watson, and one of the linemen got back in time to recover that. I would start Knox, though. It sounds like... See, I feel like Knox is a safe option, but last week he literally got me a half a point on one of my leagues. 2nd and 22, quick pass. Try to set up a screen, and he's only able to get a couple yards. And it's going to be 4th down. Rodgers got flattened. Yeah, I know. Like, whichever lineman came back to recover it, like, slid into him as well. That was very messy. So 4th and 15, Green Bay is going to punt. They might let the clock run out here. There's only 13 seconds left. I feel like it's going to be weird seeing the Bills without Gabe Davis because the last couple games I've seen him play in, he's just been a nightmare. Last week and then, in the divisional playoff game, 4 touchdowns. I see that in my sleep, man. We won that game, but it still hurt. I saw that happening during John Elway's famous The Drive. But that was against the Rams, who are solid at stopping tight ends. I mean, they stopped Pitts today. That's true. I think if out of all of them, the tight end I would pick is Dawson Knox, just because I just feel like when he starts getting targets and gets fed the ball, he is capable of a whole lot. Austin Hooper is good, but I've yet to actually see him with the Titans, so I can't trust that without seeing it. Dallas Goedert's a good tight end. I mean, he's going to probably try to feed the ball to A.J. Brown as much as possible, but I feel like he's good. And I don't know how many targets Irv Smith will get. So my number one would be Knox. I would say my number two would be Goddard. My number three would be Irv Smith. And my number fourth option would be Hooper, just because I don't know how they do together. Like Tannehill and Hooper and the Titans all together. Except Elway still caught the snap and completed the pass. And that's a dude that I really do like, though. Kyle Pitts. He was probably, like, in my opinion, the best player in the draft. Like, he was who I feel like was worth being the number one overall pick if you didn't need a quarterback. Which he went fifth overall, so I mean, I think the Falcons got a good deal in him. I mean, they could have had Jamar Chase, like, right in front. They picked right before the Bengals, right? I think the tight end is my favorite position in football, though. So I forgot to change it. He's off to a slow start this year. I mean, if you're talking about Kyle Pitts, I mean, new quarterback, they're trying to find their identity. It's going to be like, they're doing relatively well for how, the standard that I'd put them at. But I feel like he's going to work his way back. I mean, he did make the top 100 players list. I know it's player voted as a rookie, and it was Matt Ryan throwing to him, but I feel like Mariota, or whenever it's Ritter's time, he's going to be a reliable guy. It took him until a couple weeks into the season when they went to their London game for him to even, like, break out, start catching a lot of passes, get his first touchdown. So it might be a time thing. 1st and 10, handed off to Montgomery. He pushes forward for 11, gets a first down, crosses the 20-yard line. I think there's a lot of guys that it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to see progress over the season. All right, 1st and 10 from the 20. I didn't realize they were pinned that far back after the punt. I mean, I know that. 1st and 10, Fields rolls right, loads up deep, takes a shot, and overthrows Mooney and the defender. I don't know if either of them would have caught that. I know it's not taken seriously, but, the fact that a rookie that played for the Falcons of all teams got thought of that high up over, all the players they could have chosen, they know they play the game. They can see the potential. I think where, like, the top 25, top 30 is where, like, it gets a little skewed. But to be on that top 100 list, it says something. 2nd and 10, hand off to Montgomery, cuts inside, he gets a lane, and he gets a first down and almost 5 more yards. And Mariota, I agree 100%. I do enjoy him as a quarterback. He hasn't been a starter in, like, 3-4 years, so, we knew that he was going to have the potential to start really rough or really great. We don't know. But I still got a lot of question marks for that Falcons team. 1st and 10. It looks like he faked the handoff to Montgomery. Ends up getting sacked for a massive loss. AJ Terrell wasn't put on the list. He's one of the best young DBs in the league. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. The top 100 list isn't really, the actual top 100 players. And what I was saying about Pitts is he took notice and made that list among all these guys. Nothing bad about him not being on the list, but his talents will come out, and people will see that and understand. 2nd and 20, David Montgomery breaks every tackle. He gets the 20 yards. He gets 25, 27, 28 yards on the carry before he's brought down. He might be the best player on that Broncos team. He's definitely the best player on their offense. There was just a couple missed tackles, and he found an edge afterwards. Tackling, never heard of it. I mean, for the most part, I feel like that's all they've really done. But it's their only recipe for success at this point. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's all they do the rest of the game. 1st and 10, they chuck it to Khalil Herbert. He gets a massive lane, and that goes for over 30 yards. They're fired up. 12 minutes left in the game. All the Packers coaches are looking confused, like, what's going on? I like Pitts. Hopefully the Falcons get things going before they go to Desmond. I think Mariota and Desmond Ridder are very, very similar style quarterbacks. I don't think it'll be any earlier than week 6, but I mean, the Falcons are scoring points that I didn't think they were going to be able to score. They're all the way down at the 20, and then a yellow flag comes up. We haven't seen one of those in a couple plays, so it was bound to happen. There's going to be a false start on the Bears. They're going to move back to the 25 when the clock is against them. I mean, if it's the only thing effective, like, what other choice do you really have? I mean, you can sit there and keep trying to force the ball, but you don't want to commit turnovers. And so if it's the only thing working, even though you're down, go for it, man. I mean, the only way to get better is to do it, but if they're not able to do it, then at this point, do what works. 1st and 15 from the 25. They toss it to Herbert, and he gets about 7 yards. 2nd and about 8 coming up. But, yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see Pitt's career. I mean, I think no matter how bad his team is, whether they get better or get worse, he's still going to just keep getting better, in my opinion. The amount of bombs that'll go off on ESPN if the Bears come back, you're not kidding, man. Especially after the week or the day we've had in football. Oh, man. They toss it to Herbert on 2nd and 10, and he only gets about 4 yards on that carry, so about 3rd and 6. I can't wait to hear everything, like tomorrow morning when I go to work nice and early, all the sports talk, like First Take and all of that going all day long. They're just gonna, they're gonna talk about the irrelevant things and not talk about the things that need to be addressed. 3rd and 5 from the 15. It's getting loud in there. I feel like they're having a hard time hearing. He fakes the handoff. Justin Field keeps, and it looks like he has enough for the first down. It's going to be close. I just feel like they're going to spend half the day talking about Mahomes' dropped interceptions that he threw, and not talk about the fact that Joe Burrow and the Bengals lost to a broken Cowboys team. Like they're going to talk about the things that don't matter and not what needs to be addressed, like the fact that the Bengals O-line, Baltimore's defense, the things you guys listed earlier. So 4th and inches on the 10-yard line. And Chicago's going to challenge the ruling on the play that he got a first down. I feel like this is like a tough call because when they reach across as they're going out of bounds, I just feel like that's really hard to judge anyway. But Matt Eberflus is going to challenge it. How do you say his name? Is that right? Eberflus? I really don't know. I don't know. That's just a weird, I feel like the ball's in the air, so you're kind of just guessing either way. I mean, it was a first down in my opinion, but his foot steps out of bounds, so I don't know. Knowing the Bears, if it doesn't get overturned and it stays 4th and inches and they go for it, for whatever reason, I feel like they're going to try to throw the ball when the only thing that's worked for them is running the ball. And they're not going to get it. Refs are the Packers' 12th man. The refs are their own team, man. They just pick and choose who they want to attack which day, it feels like. So, when he extends his arm with the football, and because he steps out of bounds, his foot crosses the line, do they stop marking how far the football was forward as his foot hits? So, say his foot hits right here, but the ball was right here at the exact moment he touches. What's up, Joseph? Bengals are Chiefs. It's the latter. Yeah, my sympathy. It is the Chiefs. My dad, my co-host, my partner on this show, on this channel, I guess, is the Bengals, and that's just my second who I cheer for when the Chiefs aren't on. Unless I just want to give him crap, then I just do that too. The mark where the ball is when the foot steps out. Okay, so as far forward as his foot or the ball was as his foot hits the line is where the mark is. Because I'm not really confused by it, but I just feel like depending on who's refereeing that game, where the ball gets placed. Okay, so they're going to reverse the call, and it's going to be a first down. But thanks, Joseph. Thanks for coming back in here. I do appreciate it. So it's going to be 1st and goal now from the 10. They hand it off. It looks like to Montgomery, and he gets about 1.5 yards and drugged down. And the lineman is 5 yards behind, just guessing where the ball is. Right. They helped in the 2011 divisional, but the Giants won anyway. The refs always on the pack side, why they never help us in the playoffs. I didn't even see that comment. So many QBs in the league that were for the ball extended. So they try to keep the ball on the ground again with Montgomery, and he just gets about another 1 yard or 2. So many QBs in the league do that, though. Run towards the sideline with the ball extended and normally goes to a first down. I feel like I have a specific memory in my head, and it was last year sometime. So Baker was still on the Browns, and he extended it. And I know for a fact, the ball and most of his entire arm crossed where the first down mark was, and they ruled him short. And I was so confused by that. 3rd and goal from the 6. They're going to throw this time. He's avoiding pressure. He keeps, and he dives. He hits the pylon, but the ball comes out and stays in bounds, recovered by Green Bay. I don't know when the ball came out exactly. He did hit the pylon, but the ball did come out. Okay, so they're rolling a Bears touchdown. I'm going to need to see that again because I didn't even realize that the ball had come out when it did and stayed in bounds. Hey, Victor G, thank you so much. Appreciate it. So the Packers defense stepped on the pylon and moved it forward. He was definitely down before he hit. I feel like he was a little short. Like this much. This much short. His knee goes down before it gets to the line. And then he falls into the pylon falling forward. Mobile QBs today. I'm sorry, Nathan. So they reversed the call, and it's not going to be a touchdown. His knee was down. It was like this much short. And the clock is going to be set to 8:27. It's going to be 4th and goal. This is a you must go for it situation at this point in the game. Clock's running. Matt LaFleur's calling for the crowd to get loud. 4th and goal. They got this much to go. And Fields is going to keep. And I don't think he got there. He went straight ahead across the pile. And if anything crossed, it was his helmet, but not the football. I think that was a goal line stop by the Packers defense. They're showing the sideline replay. His helmet didn't even cross. Nothing crossed. It was a great defensive stop by the Packers defense. I'm very confused. If they were going to plow it forward, why didn't they just let, their big guys that are busting tackles take the direct snap? I never understand that. Like, yes, let your tiny quarterback that always gets pummeled anyway jump into the middle of a pile when you could let David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert take the direct snap and go right in. Now the Pack has terrible field position, though. That is true, but why do 5'7" QBs think they can run over 6'6" guys? I don't know if Justin Fields knows the difference between right and wrong because all he knows is just getting hit and knocked the crap out of, like, constantly. I don't feel like he understands that he's the quarterback and he's the one guy that's not supposed to get hit. He is in a toxic relationship with getting pummeled by big dudes. See, yeah, the formation was terrible. Like, the only way you line up in shotgun like that is if, like, one of your bigger dudes is going to take the snap. His forearm touched, but I don't know if the ball did. I don't know, man. That was poorly executed from the Bears standpoint. I didn't agree with any of that. At that point, I feel like the Packers knew they were going to run and they should have thrown it because everyone, jumped in on the box. I also don't think he trusts most of his receivers enough for a quick slant or something like that right off the snap. Great stop for the Packers defense. That was like a B drive for the Bears offense, but an F finish. I can't wait to see the 1,000th final entry in the Halloween series. Hey, but this is going to be like the last one with her in it, so it might actually be the ending. We'll see. Bears is the Bears. Okay, so from that angle, it looks like his helmet did just this much, like the bill of my hat cross, but I still do not think the Bears are challenging it again. I don't think he crossed. The Bears will be the Bears. Okay, so after the challenge, ruling stands. I'm not surprised at all. That was a bad challenge, but it's in a tough spot. But like, it's not like the coaches were down there on the goal line to see how close he was. Like, they're just seeing, I don't know. I just feel like I understand why they did it. The ball has to cross the line. It doesn't matter how much of him crosses. The actual ball has to. So 1st and 10 from the Packers 1-inch line. I'm assuming this is going to be a run. Yep, handoff to, it looked like Aaron Jones. Maybe, no, that was A.J. Dillon. Up the middle, he gets to about the 5-yard line. Might have, but it's hard to see because all you can see is his face mask in that pile. They need an angle from, like, the field goal post. Like, zoomed in right there. You might have been able to see how much of him actually goes. Sadie, what's up? Nice to see you. All right, 2nd and 6 after the 4-yard gain. They got Sammy Watkins run across the field in motion. Quick handoff to Aaron Jones. He hits it with a full head of steam. He's about 1.5 yards short, but man, that was a quick 3-yard gain. Like, I feel like that hurt somebody, man. Happy to be here. I had to take a break from my class and homework. All good. I mean, I definitely understand. Okay, so that angle right there looks like he crossed. That they just showed, like the overhead that you can see from the side where you can actually see his body. We're just having a very chill game of football. That's why you need a man like Josh Allen or Patrick that you can actually see them. I'm saying Justin Fields is way too small. 3rd and 2, Rodgers takes off running and dives forward. I was not expecting that one across the first down mark to keep this drive alive. I won't be surprised if they don't throw the ball again. Justin Fields is calling his mom right now, telling him that the challenge didn't work. I don't know who he's not talking about on the phone right now. Referees are sometimes bad at forward. Only one angle out of the 6 showed me that maybe he did cross, but I'm still not convinced. There was too much going on. Aaron got some wheels on him, though. Keeping that ball and running it himself. 1st and 10, handoff to A.J. Dillon. He's going to have about a loss of 1 or 2. I just hear a referee whistle blowing over and over again. Oh, they're taking a water break. With 5:41 left in this game is winding down. The Packers know all they need to do is run the ball, run the clock as much as possible, and get out of here. If they hold off, which I still believe that they're going to hold off and keep this win, it's going to be a nice win on prime time to get them back on track. Like I said earlier, I know you guys were like, there's still a lot of football left, but I think this showed enough. Like, just the run game alone. Let's pull up some stats real quick. I'm looking at next Sunday. That does not help me. Box score. Okay. Aaron Jones, 13 attempts for 116 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Dillon, 15 attempts for 50 yards. Aaron Jones is the leading receiver. 3 receptions, 38 yards. With Sammy Watkins has 2 receptions and 38 yards, so I guess he's tied for the leading receiver. Randall Cobb has 37. The rookie Romeo has 27. Lazard 13 and a touchdown. Aaron Jones has 2 touchdowns, 1 receiving, 1 passing. I mean, this has got to be like to at least inspire you to think that your season's not over. It might not be a, blowout, high scoring, wild out enough, like exciting everything. It was it was a little grindy, even though at a lot of points this was flowing very nicely, but nothing to hang your heads off. Wink. I'm calling it a night. Thanks, Alex. I'll check in with you all year. I can't wait. We got the Colts next week, so I'll be in here talking about it at some point. But thanks for hanging tonight. Appreciate seeing you back in here. It means a lot because, like I said, the number of Chiefs fans that come through are one of the smaller out of the 32 teams. So thanks for hanging, man. I hope you have a good night. Aaron Rodgers is the proud owner of the Chicago Bears. I love it. It makes me laugh. All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 11 from the Packers 12. They're going to fake the handoff to Aaron Jones. I can't believe they're throwing it. Rodgers loads up deep. He hits Sammy Watkins in stride. He goes down. That's got to be it looks like he grabbed his face mask, but he was trying to cut back and go back around. It looked like he grabbed his face, though. But Sammy Watkins is now their leading receiver. I just said there was nothing flashy about this game, and then he comes out and throws this deep ball to Sammy just to prove me wrong. That is definitely a face mask on Sammy Watkins as he was backing up because he was trying to get them to keep going forward. It looks like he grabbed him right here. Let's go. I'll cheer for Sammy. 1st and 10, handoff to Aaron Jones, hits the sideline for another 15. That's definitely a missed face mask call. No one's going to change my mind on that. But it doesn't matter. It would matter in other situations, but this time it doesn't. What a nice run by Aaron Jones. I'm going to give him a nice clap for having the run game that he desperately needed to have. Yeah, he had over 100. Okay, he's up to 134 yards. He's averaging 9.6 yards per carry, which is honestly crazy. I mean, A.J. Dillon's averaging 3.3 and not as many yards, but he was just he's got the grindy, okay, we need 3 more yards kind of carries. Anyway, he's had a couple decent runs, but Aaron Jones takes the cake today. From the 15, it's 1st and 10. Rodgers tosses it to Christian Watkins. He gets picked up off the ground and carried backwards a yard. But let's see, this was never a close game. The Packers are just toying. I mean, yeah, it definitely feels that way. But I know I've seen a lot of Packers fans worried, and they went down and scored a field goal, and then the Bears returned with a touchdown, and it leaves you questioning after seeing last week. I get it. Green Bay putting too much film, too much on film. Tampa gonna kill them next. I don't know. I'm still not sold on Tampa either, man. 4 minutes left, 2nd and 9. They hand it off to Aaron Jones, one of the very few snaps he's taken where he's been stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Go Pacquiao. Jones has been working today. Yeah, this man is going off. 2 touchdowns, 134, 130 rushing yards, and over 35 or 40 receiving yards. I'm sold on a great defense that Tampa has. I am, but there's like a couple pieces that moved on, I think, from last year. Like, I think they lost a piece or two, and I just feel like if Rodgers can find all these connections with these receivers finally, and he's getting Lazard back and everything, I just feel like I don't know. Julio's dealing with an injury. Godwin, we don't know. Mike Evans got thrown out of today's game. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. He'll probably be back, but I just feel like it's gonna be a fun, higher scoring game. Like, I don't think they're not gonna be able to run like they're running right now, but I still think they'll be able to run the ball. And like, Aaron Jones is acting like nobody's ever gonna stop him. I don't know. I'm very 50-50. I know Dave was in here yesterday or the day before and said that Green Bay doesn't play well in September in warm weather states like Florida, but I mean, I totally get it. I'm worried about the Chiefs playing the Colts next week, and look at what the Colts have done the first 2 weeks is nothing, absolutely nothing. They tied with the Houston Texans, and they got blown out by Jacksonville. And I get they're divisional, but like, I'm still nervous about that. So like, I totally understand, but I just feel like Tampa is gonna play better. I mean, Green Bay is gonna play better in Tampa than they're expecting. Oh no, Thursday, Browns Pittsburgh. Talk about ugly game. Excuse me. Yeah, it's gonna probably be a slow one. A very all defense game. I haven't made my picks for this week coming up. I don't know how I feel about that game yet. I've got Steelers fans that's going to yell at me if I say the Browns, and I've got Browns fans that's going to yell at me if I say the Steelers. I won't even pick either of them, but it'll be a boring game. We'll have an excellent slow stream on Thursday, I'm sure. Oh yeah, I forgot Ryan Poles is the new GM for Chicago. Is Antonio Brown on the Steelers again? I mean, probably not, but I mean, maybe. Yeah, Antonio Brown or the Tampa Bay is acting like they need Antonio Brown to come back. But no, I don't think Antonio Brown's getting signed. He said, I'm not getting the surgery I need until someone signs me. And everyone's like, no one's going to sign you until you get the surgery you need. So who knows? 3rd and 11, Rodgers got all the time in the world. He takes a step left, takes a step right. He throws it, gets it to A.J. Dillon at around the 10-yard line. He bobbles it, but brings it in. So it's going to be 4th down and about 5. He posted on his Snapchat earlier in a Steelers uniform with the team. What? Brady was talking up OBJ before the game today? No. I'm convinced that OBJ is going to end in Buffalo if he even suits up another game this year. What a catch by A.J. Dillon, though. It was in the air, bobbled up, and then he was fumbling it between his legs, but it never touched the ground, and he pulls it in. All right, 4th and 5. They let the play clock run down, and then they call us their second timeout. There's only 2.5 minutes left in this game, so we're just wrapping it up. They're killing time. Yeah, I really feel like OBJ to the Bills is inevitable if he gets signed this year. But that whole Antonio Brown thing, I feel like is worth investigating. I think Pittsburgh knows that it's not going to hurt to give them one more receiver that can actually catch balls. And if Antonio Brown's healthy enough, he can do that. All right, so Mason Crosby's coming out to kick the field goal. I don't know why they don't just go for it, but I get it. And the kick is good. And now it is officially a 17-point game, 27-10, 2:28 left in the final minutes of this game. Look at that communication. I don't know what you're talking about. That little boy has the Aaron Rodgers sign. It just says, "I still own you." That kid's like 12, man. He's gonna grow up to be a menace, just like Puppet. Then he's gonna be in my chat bullying me. And him and Puppet are gonna be BFFs. So, what are we thinking about Rodgers' hair right now? I feel like that's something that's worth talking about because he just had his hat on, just like I do. But like you could see the back of his shaved head, and the two strands were coming out, one on each side. I do not bully you, and you always bully me. All right, kickoff was up. It looks like Ebner returns this kick. And he got a decent return, but, you know, the yellow flag is up and out. Probably a hold. Okay, so it was a hold on the Bears. He said bully, LOL. I don't know who you're talking about. So they had a good return, but that's going to be set them back 10 more yards. 2:21 left. They're at the 19-yard line. 1st and 10. See if they try to throw the ball. He throws, and they are not in sync. So 2nd and 10 coming up. I'm going to see flags in my nightmares. Man, I'm not going to. All I see is yellow, man. I'm not a bully. All I do is tell you how much I love you. Actually, I tell you that you're a menace, but that's not bullying. 2nd and 10. Fields got time. He's getting chased. He finally gets away. Instead of keeping, he throws a pick. I'm not a bully. You're a bully. You bully me. And that pretty much is going to seal the Bears game. There's 2:09 left. He throws an interception. They're already in Bears territory. He could have kept it and went for 15 yards, but he threw the ball anyway. Young quarterback mistake right there. Easy mode. I mean, he practically just threw it right to him, man. Like, that was just ugly. I see where he was going with it, but one, he didn't throw it hard enough or high enough. Thanks for the call. I'm heading to bed. Hey, Gabe, thanks for hanging. I appreciate seeing you tonight. Have a good one, man. Fields out here thinking he's still in college. I don't even know if that would have worked in college, man. So 1st and 10, they hand it off to A.J. Dillon. It says, next Sunday night, let's get cooking, and shows a picture of Russ. Russ ain't cooking nothing, bro. Let's see how many. Let me pull up his stats for today, because the last time I heard he had like 3 completions. I'm sure he ended up with more. He went 14 for 31, 219, a touchdown and interception. But most of those completions were, I think, in the 4th quarter. All right, it's a 2-minute warning. Don't cut to commercial, man. This game is over. I can't wait to hear whatever Rodgers has to say about the Bears after this game. Easy mode. All right, so they didn't cut to commercial. They had about a 30-second timeout. All right, I'm dipping out. Love you, ugly. Gotta get back to the grind. Good luck with school stuffs. I've got faith in you. 2nd and 9. Hands off to Dylan. Makes a cut, breaks a tackle, keeps going, carrying a couple guys on his back, including a Packer. Why is there a Packer on his back? I mean, he's got the legs to really carry as many people as he needs to, but I don't know why he was on there too. I'm really going to have to see Denver get rocked in prime time again. Oh, Nathan, we're going to have so much fun, man. It's you and me against the world on Sunday. I don't know if I've ever seen a Broncos fan in here either, so I can root for the Niners all I want and not get yelled at about it. 3rd and 4, hands it off again to Dylan, plows forward for another first down. We're going to be under a minute. The clock's rolling. I mean, I don't really want to watch the Denver on primetime again, but that was awesome. Oh, they're showing Aaron Rodgers' twin on TV again. They got a camera set up in his house while he's watching the Packers game, so he gets no privacy in his own home because he looks like Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's pretty weird because it's just like him in an empty living room with the TV on, just sitting there, and he's just like, poor guy. Matt LaFleur, 23-2 regular season at Lambeau Field. That's impressive. And then they go to victory formation and kneel it. It may be 0-2, but I won't stop trashing Denver. Yo, 2-0, 0-2, 1-1, 0-1-1. It don't matter right now. The way Denver's playing, they deserve for all fan bases to be trashing them unless you're the Colts. Then the Colts have no room. And that is the ball game. You know what? It was actually better than I thought. I thought this game was like some dumb stuff was going to happen. You know, some junk time points for Chicago to make this closer than it needs to be. But it wasn't. It was exactly the way, you know, it seems like the earth is rotating at the appropriate speed again and everything's a little bit back to normal. You know, 27-10 is a pretty fair score. Bears and Packers. Everything in the world is coming back. So that means tomorrow we're going to have 2 good games. I don't know which direction they're going to go in, but 2 good games. And then we're going to have a couple days off, and we're all going to sit through a crappy Thursday night game because that's, you know, our cards weren't dealt the best. And then on Sunday, we're all going to be stressed out, and we're going to be excited because everything's going to be back to normal. Thanks for the fun stream. Enjoy the rest of your night. Much love. Hey, Nathan, thank you again for coming in here. I know, like I said, that you had a rough day. I mean, it's going to get better. It's got to get better. You can't. At least you're not the Broncos, man. Look, I know they got 1 win on you, but at least you're not the Broncos. I hope you have a good rest of your night. We should be on for a stream recap very, very soon. Not today, but one day soon. Dave with all the color hearts minus the green or the the blue and orange this time. Plus, we'll try to get, talk about some Thursday night football, getting prepared for that. We'll be here tomorrow, too. I just completely forgot about Monday again. The Bears still suck. That's the quote for the day. I'm not going to stay on here very long tonight. I do have to work very early. But I can't wait to see all of you guys tomorrow night to have some fun watching the Eagles, Vikings, Bills, and Titans. If I lose because of the refs again, I'm getting so hammered. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. I understand. But I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your night. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Also, all the new people that were in here today, much love to you. GG's, Packer fans. Your life's getting back to normal again. And I will see you guys tomorrow. See you on the next one. Get some rest. We've got some teams to make fun of tomorrow, so don't be late. And see you guys.